is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio.
The Filipino American Cancer Care now brings you On the Air with FACC, tributes and support to those impacted by cancer. On the Air with FACC, the Filipino American Cancer Care on PHLV Radio.
Good evening sa inyong lahat dito sa Amerika. Magandang gabi po sa mga kababayan natin sa Amerika. Welcome sa ating radio show On the Air with FACC, Filipino American Cancer Care. Minsan nakakalimutan ko yung aking pangalan. Pag hawak ko na yung microphone. Anyway, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Josie Malalidad Zaimon from the Filipino American Cancer Care. Of course, mapapakinggan tayo sa Pilipinas. Magandang umaga sa inyo sa Pilipinas. July 1st, no? July 1, 2022. Dito po sa Amerika. Ano ba ngayon sa Pilipinas? July 2, 2022. At long weekend kami dito sa United States because we are going to celebrate the 4th of July. Ito yung Independence Day dito sa Amerika. Of course, mapapakinggan tayo sa PHLV Radio. Wala kami dito kung wala ang PHLV Radio. And thank you so much sa ating station manager, Mr. Johan. Siya yung siya yung man of the hour. Now, by the way, I would like to, let's keep in our thoughts and prayers yung ating kasama dito, yung ating co-host, si Ed Logan. Nag-positive po sa COVID si Ed and he needs to rest. No? So Ed, manood ka sa amin, get well soon, inumin mo yung gamot mo, and have a good rest. Kailangan mo talagang magpahinga. Di ba, Emerich, nagkaroon ka na ba ng COVID? Oh, by the way, bago po ibigay yung microphone sa kanya, I would like to introduce sa inyo po yung ating mga co-hosts ngayong gabi. Siyempre, walang iba kundi si Emerich Richie Vicente. Hi, Emerich.
Hello, Ate Josie. Good evening, USA, and magandang umaga po sa inyo sa Pilipinas. Really excited to be back, and I get well soon, Kuya Ed. The question that you asked, Ate Josie, I had COVID back before Christmas. So I know how that feels. But good thing is I was vaccinated and I didn't have a lot of symptoms, but it was tough.
Yeah. I had COVID in April, no? Last April. Alam mo, parang ang feeling ko, Emerich, lahat ng tao magkakaroon ng COVID. One thing for sure naman na as long as you're vaccinated, okay yan. Hindi naman okay na okay, but protected ka dahil sa vaccine, di ba? Now, I would like to introduce yung ating isa sa mga co-hosts ngayong gabi. Of course, she's one of our board of directors sa Filipino American Cancer Care. We would like to welcome Mrs. Zenaida Deza Steinhauer. Hi, Ma'am Zen.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Josie. Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Here in America, good evening, and in the Philippines, magandang umaga. And sa Iloilo, it's maayong aga sa inyo tanan. So I'm glad to be back here as a co-host every now and then. And we are ready to do our interview with two of our cancer beneficiaries. And thank you for coming here and being with us, Helen and Donna.
Yeah. All right. Bago natin interviewin yung ating mga special guests ngayong gabi, sila po yung beneficiaries ng Zumba Party and Dance Contest fundraising event ng Filipino American Cancer Care. Nagkaroon tayo nitong event last Sunday dito po sa may Virginia. 7 sila, but we're interviewing 2 right now. Okay? And of course, nagpapasalamat tayo, Emerich, sa lahat ng mga attendees, donors, sponsors, ano pa ba, Emerich? Volunteers,
our performers, and oh my God, I need to thank our kitchen help, our food distribution, my team. Oh my God, I love them very much. We enjoyed distributing food, banana, water, cookies, brownies, everything on the back. So it was really fun.
Talagang enrich sa lahat ng workout moments mo. Ito yung pinakamahirap.
It was heavy.
It was like what, Emerich?
Oh my God, it was really heavy.
15 cases of water, di ba?
It was 15 cases of water, and then
Wow.
4 40-pound. It's like 4 40-pound bananas, 4 boxes of 40-pound bananas.
And then you also had sandwiches, right?
Yeah.
Kayo.
You know what the hardest part is? From my car to the cart, and then push it up. And you can only, and we have a small cart. We can only fit 4. So how many times ago I went back and forth in the car?
Alam mo, Ate Zen, siya lang talaga, nakita ko talaga ha, siya lang talaga yung nag-push.
Oh my gosh. You worked really hard.
Doon sa may Wegmans, di ba?
I know.
Oh my gosh.
But it was, you know what though? All of the people that attended were all happy. They enjoyed it. They were inspired by some of our performers and also some of our beneficiaries for the event. So they know what is so meaningful and it's needed.
Right.
And everyone made a big difference in the fight against cancer.
Yes.
All right, now, we would like to introduce sa inyo yung una nating bisita. She is from Iloilo City, Philippines, but now residing here in Deming, New Mexico. She lives alone in New Mexico. Nakunti lang yung mga Filipino. She has a stage 3 lung cancer and she was diagnosed last May. Yung asawa niya namatay rin sa cancer. We would like to welcome Helen Alla. Hi, Helen.
Hi, everyone. Sorry, I have a hoarse voice, but I will try to voice out. So, good evening sa inyo lahat dito sa USA and magandang umaga sa Pilipinas and maayong hapon sa tanan nga taga Iloilo.
Wow. Welcome po, Ate Helen.
Rich na apektuhan yung boses niya dahil dito sa kanyang diagnosis, okay? Now, Manang Zen, would you like to, introduce our next guest? Nakaano siya ngayon, nakahiga, but then her partner is going to be with us and her name is Donna Bayona. But our guest, she is one of the beneficiaries ng ating Zumba party and dance contest last June 26, 2022. Nang Zen, you have the floor.
Okay. Thank you. Welcome again, Donna, Helen. So I'm going to be introducing Jennifer Laud from Iloilo City, Philippines. And Jennifer was first diagnosed with cancer last 2017. It was her abdomen, her stomach was growing very large and she appeared to be pregnant. She underwent surgery where her whole right and left side of her ovaries were taken. There was a huge mass that was taken out of her. And then she was advised to go for chemotherapy, However, the family could not afford it and they did not push through with the chemotherapy. Jennifer is the eldest among her 6 siblings. Her father is a retired seafarer, while her mother is a full-time housekeeper. Jennifer is one of the breadwinners of her family since her father retired. Despite her condition, she continued to work to send her 2 younger siblings to school. Unfortunately, in 2020, her cancer reoccurred and she was brought to the hospital, and they found out that another huge mass was growing inside of her again, which originated from the ovary that was left in her body at that time. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much, Nang Jen. Now, Donna. Donna is the partner of Jennifer. Donna, would you like to introduce yourself at ilang taon na kayong magkakilala o magka-partner ni Jennifer?
Hi, good evening, USA, and good morning for those who are in the Philippines. My name is Donna, and I'm Jennifer's partner. We were co-workers before, and then we were together since 2015. Then I was working abroad, and then 2017 when she was diagnosed first, I had to go back so I can take care of her. Then afterwards, I've been staying in the Philippines, continued working, and she wanted to work, so we let her work. And then when her cancer keep on reoccurring, that's when I decided to let her stop working and take over for the both of us. And then since then on up to this moment, I've been supporting her and taking care of her from hospital bills to practically everything. So we've been together since 2015, and I'm thankful to God because since 2017 she's still fighting it and continue to fight until she probably gets well. Yeah.
Right.
Well, thank you so much. Welcome, Donna.
Thank you.
And I have a question. So, Ate Josie, can I go ahead and throw the first question for Ate Helen?
Please.
Okay. So, Ate Helen, thank you so much for being with us today. And I just wanted to ask you for give us a little bit of a background about yourself, so that our listeners could learn a little bit more, about your family, your about your husband as well, and you now living here in the U.S.
Thank you, sir. So, I'm Helen Alia from Mandurriao, Iloilo City. And I am on the 5th children of 10.
Oh,
Wow.
you're the
So,
middle
a
child
big,
almost.
big family, sir. So, I came here 2011 as a fiancé visa. And then after uh, 3 years and a half, my husband has a cancer too. It is a mouth cancer. So he went through surgery for I think 7 times, and then in 2014 when he was admitted to the hospital. So I think it was July 3rd, and then the hospital released him, and then I was taking care of him for only one month, and then he passed away because his cancer was metastasized already in his brain. So I am really thankful that I took care of him, even though it's just 1 month, but I show him that I am with him, that through it, through thick and thin. So when he passed away, I was still working. I work in Walmart sa cashier, September 2012. So I quit. I filed a leave of absence in my work and took care of him. And then when he passed away, because we live in a remote area. So when he passed away, I transferred him in town because it's so hard to drive during nighttime.
All right.
So, yeah, I'm alone and it's so scary. And um, after that, I transferred here and I work. And then only this year, I think my voice started to appear, and I went to the doctor, the primary doctor here in Deming, and they give me flu shots because it was still winter, because maybe the doctor think that I am allergic to something, the dust, the weather, everything. So they give me a flu shots. After 2 weeks, it doesn't disappear my voice. So I went back to the doctor and told him that I can have blood work and X-ray. So I went to the X-ray and they found out that I have a mass in my 4.2 mass in my lungs. So yeah, so my doctor referred me to the oncologist. It was first week of April. So after that, I was so worried because of my condition. But I said to myself, I have to fight this and be strong because I have still a family that support me. So while I was going to the doctor, she told me to get CT scan, PET scan, and biopsy. So when they know the result of the biopsy, she referred me again to the surgeon. And I was scared because it's a surgery, So I said, Lord, please, I don't want to have a surgery because nobody will take care of me because I'm alone. So I keep praying and praying. I said, Lord, please help me. I trust in you. And then when I saw the surgeon, he told me that I don't need a surgery. So the oncologist, my doctor, told me that she can help me through chemotherapy, radiation, or through chemo pills. But she told me that it is hard for me to travel back and forth from Deming to Las Cruces because it will take 45 minutes to go to Las Cruces. So he prescribed me the Tagrisso chemo pills. So I think after taking the Tagrisso, I started taking the Tagrisso last week of last week of May, while I was going to doctor, I'm still working because I said if I will not work, I have no money, I have no paycheck to pay for my bills, etc. So I request for a day off every time I go to the doctor. So after a month, I think I quit my job last week of June because I said it is not good for my condition to be around with so many people, especially that the COVID is now rampant. So I decided, I said, anyway, I have to live for my widow's pension. I have to budget what I have with my pension. So I quit my job June, third week of June until now. And as at this moment, I apply for New Mexico support in the human services. And I was thankful that they give me a food supplement and the Medicaid. So I think after taking that grace for a month, and I went to my doctor Wednesday, and I got an X-ray, and my doctor was happy because my X-ray it has an improvement. So
Very good.
yeah, thanks God. I said thanks God. I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed that my mass, I think it shrink, but I don't know yet if how long is the improvement. So next week I have to go again for a CT scan. So hopefully I will be survive, ma'am. I will be strong because I am alone here, and my family in Philippines, my brother, my sisters are always calling me through Messenger. They check on me if what I am doing, if I am feeling well. So I said, only God is my companion right now. I trust Him, and I'm so blessed. Thank you.
We will pray for your quick recovery, Ate Helen.
Thank you, sir.
And Ate Helen, what did you do for work?
I work in Walmart as a cashier.
Okay. I used to be a cashier as well at Sam's Club.
Oh, really? Oh, that's good. But I quit because
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Nangsan.
Yeah. So I'd like to move to Donna now and ask her some questions. Thank you, Helen, for sharing your story. You know, it's very incredible that you're, fighting this cancer all by yourself. I'll have some questions for you later on. Okay. Maya, I'll ask you other things. Pero let's move on to Donna and talk about Jennifer at this point. So Donna,
okay, thank you, ma'am.
Jennifer doing now? I know she was diagnosed in 2017, but has she ever gotten chemo since, in the last couple of years, or anong treatment niya ngayon?
So she had, we finally decided to move forward with her chemotherapy when she was hospitalized. That was, I think, March.
Okay.
And we were advised to do so that we can probably, make her feel better because her stomach is starting to get tightened.
Oo.
and I don't think any just simple medication can help her during that time. So we opted to move forward with the chemotherapy despite having nothing.
Right.
So I started a crowdfunding over Facebook and other platforms so I can, get donations and pursue her chemotherapy. So that's when she started her chemotherapy, and she is now on her fifth session.
Oh.
Supposedly yesterday.
Mhm.
We were so thankful with assistance we received from FACC, because we were supposed to use it for her chemotherapy yesterday, but it didn't happen because her hemoglobin went low.
Mhm.
So as per her last laboratory, it was 75 ml. So the doctor advised that we should increase it and up to 90 at least, so that she can continue her chemotherapy on, I think that's for next Friday. So right now actually, to be honest, she's been ill for a week now. She is not feeling so well. Probably it has to be because her hemoglobin is too low.
Right.
And initially there was a huge mass situated on her lower right breast,
Oh.
nearly on the rib part,
Mhm.
connected to her back area, where she used to have fluids on her lung. But
Oh.
yeah, so basically December, we admitted her to the hospital because she cannot breathe. There was fluid on her lung. So
Mm-hmm.
the other part of her lung was full of fluid, so we have to admit her to the hospital for, I think that, to take out the fluid on her lung. And then that was when we knew that her cancer from her ovary went up to her lung.
Oh.
So we stayed in the hospital for over a month. And then right when we were about to get out of the hospital, January, she became COVID positive.
Oh.
So that was another fight for her, but fortunately she recovered soon. And then we went home and continued her medication at home. And
Mhm.
then just 2 weeks after, she was ill again, and so by, I think that was February, uh, end of February, we have to bring her again to another hospital because she was not feeling so well. And then that's when we stayed again for a month, and then the doctor said that we really have to, get her into chemotherapy
Yeah.
so that she will feel better. So this was her fifth session. There are two sessions more, so
Mhm.
we can finish the first six, because she was advised to get the sixth full cycle, and then after which, we will do another CT scan and probably another laboratory tests and check the progression. And the doctor gave a heads up that she might, take radiation too.
Right.
But supposedly also yesterday we were supposed to have her ultrasound, because apart from the right mass that grew on her lower right breast, there's another one growing on her left.
Oh. It's
Yeah,
so
so
it looks like it's metastasizing.
yeah,
It,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because well, anyway, when back in December, we were already advised that she has multiple mass around her body, so from lungs to rib,
right.
so growing around her. So I don't know, we still have to check what's the plan next, but absolutely we have to finish the chemotherapy and then see
Mhm.
what we can do after.
Mm-hmm. You know, Emerich and Nang Zen, hangang
Yes.
nga ako sa kay Donna, no? At saka sa kay Jennifer. They stick
Yeah.
to each other, ha? 7 taon na kayong magkasama, di ba?
Yes.
7 years na kayong dalawa. At ikaw mismo, Adina, hindi mo siya hiniwalay. For you to do this and being the caregiver, alam mo,
Mhm.
minsan, for example, okay, ako may sakit na cancer, pero yung caregiver mismo, masyado yan silang naaapektuhan. But in your case, Donna, I can see that, yung strength and hope na everything is going to be all right. No? What was it like nang una mong malaman at nang malaman din ni Jennifer that, she had this horrendous disease? Meron siyang ovarian cancer na nag-metastasize sa kanyang katawan.
So that was very terrible. I was working in Bahrain during that time. We have plans that she will go to Bahrain as well and work there. I was for the whole year I was processing her visa and all that. I was planning to take her with me, but then this happened. So I my world stopped because all of the plans that we have together has to stop as well. And then I ended my contract and immediately went home. And then right after I offboarded the plane, I went directly from the airport to the hospital, and then I stayed with her until she got out of the hospital. Then I asked my family if I can stay with her to her place. Even I haven't met my family after 2 years of being away from them. I asked them if I could stay with her.
Absolutely.
Then yeah, so that continued, and it was terrible, to be honest. It was so stressful.
Oh yeah.
I never had any second thoughts of leaving her with this. It's tough for me, but I think it's double to her because me, I'm fighting with stress and all that, finances and everything, but she's fighting her life. So that's,
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think anyone could ever, describe the feeling of
Absolutely.
having that disease.
Right.
Yeah. So it's also the situation also toughened when her mom passed away last year. So it has been just over a year since her mom passed away because of cancer as well. So
Oh.
that's, yeah.
Do you know what kind of
So
cancer is her mom got?
so it was actually thyroid cancer, but that was later on realized because all this time we have been treating her for pneumonia, and it
Oh.
was the peak of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So for almost 2 years, her mom has been in and out of the hospital, while Jen is suffering from cancer. So that was too much for the family to handle.
Mm-hmm.
Right when that, to be honest, 2020 when she was operated again, I was already saving up for her chemotherapy. That's
Mm-hmm.
when I started fundraising for her, and my colleagues from my work, her friends, they have been donating, generously donating, that I have already come up a certain amount to support her, probably 2 sessions.
Mm-hmm.
But since her mom was on a critical condition, Jennifer asked me if we could use her chemotherapy money for her mother. So I can't say no because, of course, it's her mom.
Yeah.
And despite that, me wanting to get the treatment, of course, during that time, she she probably think that her mom needs it more than her. So she sacrificed herself to get the chemo treatment, delayed her treatment to use the money for her mom. Well, unfortunately, um, her mom fight a lot, but she didn't make it. So that's the reason that me and her friends and her whole family, everyone who loved her, wanted Jennifer to survive because
Right.
we didn't make it with her mom. So we are praying and doing everything to save her this time, at least her.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ah, yeah, go ahead, Rich.
Um, thank you so much, Donna, for sharing that story and what Ate Josie says. For someone as a partner sticking together it's really, really important at this time. And um, I'm so glad that your family are very supportive as well. What you're going through, what you two are
Yeah.
going through, and it sounds like Ate Helen, your family is the same thing, even though they're in the Philippines, right?
Yes.
Um, so you're alone, Ate Helen, and so when you say alone, are you just alone in the state, or you really don't have any other relatives in that can be with you?
Yeah, I'm alone, no family here. I have a cousin in California, but it is so far for her to come here. So I live alone without family. All my family is in the Philippines.
Right, right.
But do you have friends who nagbibisita sa iyo?
Yes, ma'am. I have a friend. I have a friend who always came here every weekend. But this past 2 weeks, he has a COVID. So
Oh,
I told him to stay. I don't want to come. I don't want you to come here because with my condition, it is really not good to mingle with the public because of my lung cancer.
right,
So
right.
I told her, you have to stay at home and get well, and then maybe a month you can come and visit me.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
absolutely.
Yes.
Ate Josie and Ate Z, and
Mhm.
we're talking advocacy here for cancer
Right.
patients and caregivers. And I just have to say, like, if you know a family member, a cousin of yours, Ate Helen, far away, and I know that you have cancer, I will plan a certain time and
Mhm.
and stagger it one family member at a time or someone to visit you. I'm
Mhm.
sorry, I have to say this because California is not that far away. I'm sorry, I drove for 4 days, for 5 days from Maryland to California. The, after you do that, or fly.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry. I'm listening to you, and I know your family is in the Philippines, which is you guys are getting in touch through technology. But this is so we're all here for you. You're not alone,
Yes, sir.
and that's why we're always here. And I know Ate Josie have told you this. You're not alone, and Kuya Ed, and Donna,
Mhm.
same thing for you and Jennifer.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Mom Josie is always sending me message and
Mhm.
asking, "Oh, I am fine." Mm, Mom Sinaida, but
Mhm.
I forgot the family name. So we talked for an hour, and I just don't want to. Sometimes I just don't want to send message or talk to them because I know all of you are busy. So I said,
It's okay. It's
yeah,
okay.
Okay, Helen, if you want to send me a message,
Yeah.
kay
yes, ma'am.
i-messenger, i-messenger mo na lang ako. And then if you want, I do have some time and we can talk, on the phone. So send me, your messenger, what is this,
Yeah.
where I can reach you,
Yes,
Yeah.
you
ma'am.
Screen name. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And also one of the resource at Ellen, if you like, you can talk to your caregivers, I mean your doctors as well.
know.
There's usually an organization that provides you a company when you need it the most, of course. And it's
Right,
not and those are no cost. So
right.
here in Maryland and DC and Virginia, there's an organization here that if someone, even for just driving or just to be going somewhere, they would send a someone who's background test,
Saka
background
yung
check.
social worker, chine-check yan sila.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right.
Okay.
Right. You're right.
Let's go
There's
back.
many organizations that na pwede ka matulungan diyan. You know, mga support organizations. So even with you're getting Medicaid now,
Yes,
like
ma'am.
okay, Medicaid, you can call, you have case managers sa Medicaid that you can call. So if you
Yes, ma'am.
call your Medicaid case manager, they can help you so that if you need help, like going to appointments or even like someone who can help you in the house, you know, like a kind of like a
Light,
caretaker, you know,
light chores.
like a
Yeah,
chores. They can help you with that. So
yes,
try
ma'am.
and find out.
Yes, ma'am. But so far at this moment, I said I'm still strong.
Strong. Okay.
Yeah. So I think if ever I need help, so I have my neighbor who
Okay.
look at me, and I have two neighbors, and uh, they told me that if I need something, just emergency, I can call them.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, that's good. That's good to know that you
Yes,
have
ma'am.
some
Okay.
neighbors.
Yeah.
I said
Let's go back kay
I'm
Donna, no?
still
Gusto ko
strong.
sanang,
Yeah.
sorry. Gusto ko sanang
Done.
makita. We have 15 minutes left. Donna, is there any way na makita namin yung itsura ni
Yeah,
Jennifer?
I can turn around my PC for a moment, but I don't know if
Okay.
we would see her. Let me just
Mm-mm.
quickly take away my background.
Alam mo, Emmerich, talagang napahanga ako ni Donna. Yung character
Uh,
niya.
Yeah.
Different kasi
there
sa
she is.
So there's
kumaka-
Jennifer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Minsan ka lang makakita ng isang katulad niya who will always be there for
Mm.
Jennifer.
Right. Right. Okay.
Hindi siya magsalita kahit papano, kahit kumusta
Hello,
na.
Jen. Hello, Jen.
Um,
How are you? Hi, Jennifer.
Okay, nahihirapan talaga si Jennifer. And you know what? When I
Mhm.
saw her picture, napakagandang babae. She's very pretty,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
she's so beautiful. Jennifer, can you hear us? Mabatian mo kami. I'm talking to her in Ilonggo, Emmerich.
Okay.
she's difficulty speaking. That's the only thing.
What did you say? What did you say?
She can hear you, but she has difficulty on speaking because her stomach is so tight that she's like groaning a little bit.
Okay. All right. Sige.
Yeah,
No
balikan
worries.
natin si Donna. Now, Donna, no, may follow-up question ako sa iyo. Being the partner of Jennifer, how would you describe her as a person? Na talagang, alam mo, Rich, this is, ito yung tunay na pagmamahal. Di ba?
Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah.
absolutely.
For Donna to do this, it's unbelievable. Di ba? Kasi yung iba minsan, iiwanan ka na lang. But here is Donna. Siya ang naghahanap ng paraan.
Very hands-on. She knows what's the condition. She knows the updates.
Right.
That's amazing.
Donna, where do you get that strength? At gaano kahalaga sa iyo ang isang Jennifer Laud?
Oh my God. Let me thank you first for appreciating my efforts. I don't always get that, so it's very seldom that I get this appreciation from other people. So Jennifer, she's a very, very nice person. I wouldn't stay this far if I don't see her like a very genuine, kind, and true person. She always sees herself last in her family, in her friends, she would not survive this far if she doesn't have many friends to support her.
Mm-hmm.
Um, her her life, her place in her family is kind of complicated, I must say. They have a complicated type of family. I may not elaborate it right now, but she doesn't feel that much love probably. So we me and her friends and her father at least are here to support her. Um, she she is very well loved by everybody. She used to work as a social worker,
Mm-hmm.
providing help for the poor, because she was once employed in an insurance company. So she would actually spend her salary helping these people, and I didn't know this until she told me. Um, with her boss from her previous company, they are helping her because they know how kind of a person she is. And right before we were into this relationship, we were the best of friends. So that's why I know her. Like I practically know her more than her siblings, that I can say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she I don't see I can't say anything negative about her. She's totally, I mean, even her siblings, her youngest sibling, um when Jennifer had to stop working, I know that it would pain her to leave her sibling aside, knowing that her mom is already gone. So I
Mm-hmm.
had to take shelter for her younger sibling to um take over Jen's responsibility to the youngest sibling. I also sent him to school,
Wow.
so I had to do that so I can make Jennifer feel better about herself. I told her not to worry. I will take care of your brother. I will feed your brother. I will send your brother to school so that she won't feel less about herself, about a sibling, about an elder sibling, because she promised her sibling that her brother, that she will send him to school. But now that this happened to her, I told her not to worry. I will find ways. I will be the the sibling of your brother. So right now, for over a year, her brother stays with me too. So
Mm-hmm.
I have the both of them. I take care of the both of them.
Wow.
Donna, ano
That
naman
is
yung reaction mo sa
true love
family?
and true friendship. It really is. You're amazing. You're just amazing, Donna, for what you're doing.
Thank you.
Mhm.
What was your question, Ate Josie? Sorry.
Yeah. Donna, going back to Donna, no? Ano ang
Yeah.
reaksyon ng sarili mong pamilya? Because, you are doing this for
Mm-hmm.
her. Na dapat, di ba, kailangan mo ring
Um.
alagaan yung sarili mo.
Yeah. So to be honest, my family just knew about our relationship. I think that was just almost 2 years ago. I've kept this relationship to them because I grew up in a very religious family, and
Mm-hmm.
then so I have to keep them for a while. And then when I went back to Bahrain, that's when I told them about the situation. One of the reasons why I have to leave the country and go back to the Philippines. My mom, she's so precious. She understood immediately, no questions at all. Even
Mm-hmm.
my siblings, I'm the eldest too. So aside from Jen, I have to take care of my two siblings. I have to send them to school too and support my mom. So they understood and they have accepted Jennifer right away. So last December 2021 was the first Christmas and New Year that I haven't spent time with my family because Jen was hospitalized December 29th. So we had the New Year together and Christmas in the hospital. So I asked my family if they could just give this to me just this once. So they said yes, and they've been sending help, even just food and prayers.
Mm-hmm.
My sisters, they all love Jennifer, to be honest. So
Mm-hmm.
they've been keeping in touch. They visit her once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they offer prayers, everything that they can do to make her feel loved, especially my mom, that because her Jennifer's mom passed away, so she wanted Jennifer to feel that she still has a mother in my mom.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. It's awesome.
Okay. Now, we have 7 minutes, no? Alam
Yeah.
niyo, Emery and Ate Zen,
Yeah.
after 20 years, I'm
Mm-hmm.
going back to the Philippines for a vacation sa Iloilo City. And I said to Donna at kay Jennifer na kung maging okay pa, I really wanted to visit Jennifer at makita yung ating iba pang mga cancer beneficiaries. Our advisor na si Commander Jessica McNulty, si Pastor, or if you want Rich and Ate Zen, no? You could come with me or with us next year, January. And
Also January.
yeah,
I'm actually going back south.
si Jennifer Laod at saka si Donna and yung
Yeah.
iba pa nating mga cancer beneficiaries doon sa Pilipinas. And the reason why na parang talagang, I don't know, maybe God has its own reason, no? Nakita ko lang itong comment about Jennifer Laod sa Facebook. And I said to, ikaw ba, sino ba to? No? And I messaged Donna. And I said, we are the Filipino American Cancer Care. And remember, Ate Zen, we have so many applications from cancer
Yes.
in the Philippines and in the United States.
Yeah, that's
Iloilo po ako, wala akong pakialam dyan sa screening committee. But there is something about it na para bang I did not even expect that Jennifer is going to be one of the cancer patient beneficiaries. I just said to Donna, no, kumpletuhin niyo yung application, basta kompleto yan, you never know. Kayo ang mabibigyan ng financial assistance. And maliit man na bagay yan, but I'm sure that would be a big help para sa kay Jennifer at saka kay Donna.
mm-hmm. Yeah. Just a little side comment there. I'm going back to the Philippines this October. So I won't be there that long, mga 2 weeks lang, but if I had a chance, I could come and visit you. So Donna,
Thank you.
if you can send me your address or where you're going to be, where I can reach you, you can send it to Josie and she can send that information to me.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay lang ina? Okay lang ba yan?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
Jos?
Thank you.
You think that would be okay?
Yeah, and keep us
I mean, it's like a friendly visit. I'm not doing it for FACC, but I'm doing it as a friend, of the family.
Yeah.
So I would like to meet Jennifer.
And not only that, they rely on donations.
Yeah,
Sabi
I
nga ng
know.
isa nilang kaibigan, nang pumunta daw kayo, Donna, sa hospital, wala kayong pera. You only have like 300 pesos.
Yes, ma'am.
Doon sa Pilipinas, bago ka ma-admit, kailangan mo ng deposito.
Yeah.
But
That's true.
Donna was able to gather some friends and, we were able to raise money para sa kay Jennifer.
Yeah, that's incredible. So,
Am I rich?
oh,
And Ate Helen, so I know you're in New Mexico, right? Is it New
Yes,
Mexico?
sir.
Yeah, it's beautiful there. Sometimes there's people from here in Washington D.C. usually gather there for the was it an anniversary for our veterans? I forgot what they call it, but thank you so much for your story, and Donna, thank you for your story, and Jennifer. I hope to see you all soon. Absolutely, when I visit Philippines, I will see a lot of people when I visit.
Yeah. So,
So thank you so much sa ating mga bisita, no? We have 2 minutes. I don't know kung kumusta yung audio ko. Parang nagcha-choppy siya. But anyway, again, on behalf of the Filipino American Cancer Care, sila po yung ating mga beneficiaries. And thank you, Emrich and Ate Zen, for being with us tonight. And lastly, Ate Zen, may 2 minutes pa tayo. 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Okay, maybe we can ask, Helen and Donna, 1 minute each, for their thoughts about getting help from FACC.
Mm-hmm. Okay. First,
How did you find us?
2 minutes. 2 minutes na lang yung time natin dito.
Okay, 1 minute each.
Ma'am, I'm really very thankful because I know the Filipino American Cancer Care and helps me. I hope na the organization will help more patient cancer. God bless everything. God bless everybody.
Thank you, Helen. And Donna?
Yeah, so I practically found your page on Facebook, and I was just hoping just to get donations, the everyday me.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I would like to thank you for, you are guys such a blessing to not only to me, but to Jennifer specifically, because, simple things like this are very, very helpful, not only to Jennifer, but to all cancer patients. So I really hope someday that I can be of support in your organization too, and, help other patients too. So thank you so much, FACC.
Okay.
Thank
30
you.
seconds, Rich.
I just wanted to thank everybody being here. Have a nice weekend for everyone, and I will keep my prayers up for you all.
Right. Same here. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for sharing your stories, Helen and Donna. And Josie, thank you for inviting me back here.
Thank you so much sa ating mga tagapakinig dito po sa PHLV Radio. Thank you once again from the Filipino American Cancer Care. See you next time. Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Happy 4th of July.